Hello everyone, Michael back with another video. In this video, I will demonstrate how to track user logins to your Power App. If you enjoy Power Platform videos, feel free to subscribe because I'll be putting out more videos in that area. And now for my intro. All right, so in this video, I'll be demonstrating how to simply track user logins. So let me start out. I went ahead and create a SharePoint list here. I changed the title to a session ID. So I just created this list, column settings, rename, and then the session ID is the title. I have a single line of text column for the user email. If you want to collect more data or patch it to a person field, you can use a person field. I'm keeping mine pretty simple. And then I do need a date column for the date time the user logged in. So I'll just do date time user log in. I will include the time for this one and click on save. So we have our three columns. Of course, you can add more if you want to collect more details. And if you're using Dataverse, you would just make the columns in there and it would be pretty much the same thing. So let me go ahead and navigate back to my Power App. You want to import your SharePoint list here. I've already done so on the left-hand side. And I believe I need to actually do a different list. Let me go ahead and add data and go ahead and click on SharePoint, connect directly, and then I'll enter in my site. So let me navigate to my URL, copy that because I don't see it in the drop down list below. And then I want to choose my SharePoint list here. So let me go ahead and remove the other one. So we have our SharePoint list here. We have our three columns here. So in order for the users to be able to patch to this list, they will need to be able to write to this list. So they will need a permission to access the SharePoint list. All right, so let's navigate back to the app. So you want to click on app on the left-hand side. So if you go to the properties of this app, we have one called on start. So this we can type in code and this code will run every time on start. So this is where we're going to patch some bit of information about the user. So when they open the app, this will patch right away to that SharePoint list. So let me go ahead and start typing up some code. So this is going to be patch. There's my SharePoint list right there. If you're using a Dataverse table, your Dataverse table will show up there. And since this is a new record we're patching, we're not looking up any other records in that table. This is going to be a brand new record. We have to use the defaults formula. And again, we just want to use our SharePoint list there. Put a closing parenthesis there, a comma. And now we have to patch some information into this SharePoint list. So I'm just going to close it up, the patch, and then I want to navigate inside my curly braces here. So we have our three columns: session ID, user email, and then date, time, user login. And feel free to change the column name date, time, user logged in. That's just something I thought of really quick. So session ID. So this one is actually called title. I just renamed it. Every time you make a SharePoint list, it's going to have that title field. It's a single line of text you can include. It's usually like something unique about the row that you can easily identify the record. So for this one, I'm just going to use a GUID just so I can get some information in there. GUID, it's just like a unique number character combination. So you can use that. If you want to use something else, feel free. But I'm just using a GUID for that. So we have like a session ID associated with the user that logged in. User email, this one's pretty easy. So there's a space, so you do need single quotes around that column. And then for that, it's just the user.email. If you're not familiar with the user formula, you can get a few other items. You can get the email, the object ID, full name, and image. If the user has an image associated with it. Most of the time, I just use the email of that user. And then we want to do the date time user login. So this is a date field. Let me go ahead and start typing. So we have date time user login, and then I'm just going to use the now formula. So if you see here, I can see that the now formula returns the date and then the time. So it's 121:26 and the time is 10:24. And then if you want to be really professional, you would add a comment up here stating that patch in login details to SharePoint lists. It's a good habit to leave comments in your apps because if you don't and you leave a company, the next person that comes in your app will have no idea what most of the stuff does. So leaving comments in your code is very helpful. All right, so I have nothing else in this app. If you want to, if you have like a simple form where the user just goes in, fills out some information or like an approval, they'll come in, fill out some information. You're able to actually do like a log out so you can track with the time that they logged in the app and logged out. If it's like an approval process, it's good to track the metrics of how long the approval actually takes and then like compare it to their old process. That's a good metric you can have, but let's go ahead and save this and publish it. The app, I will just name it Time App. So click on Save. And then I want to publish this. And we'll see if this actually works. So publish. Isn't too much to this app. You would probably just put this code in your existing app. I'll click on Leave. We'll navigate. I now see my Time app. So let me go ahead and navigate to that SharePoint list. I'm just refreshing the page. We have nothing there. So if I go ahead and I click on play, it's going to load the app, and then that on start code is going to run. So there's nothing in my app. The user will be able to, they have to click on allow here because they have to allow their connection to use that SharePoint. And there we go. So this is the app. I booted up. Let's go ahead and check that SharePoint list if that was added. So we can see that it created that login information. So I see I have a session ID. So that's the thing with the GUID. It's just like a unique string. I use it sometimes just in case if you did make that logout thing, you will look up the GUID and then patch it to like a date, time, user logout. So you can just have that all in one single row. But we got the session ID, we got the user email, and then we got the date, time, user logged in. It does look like this is in a different time zone. I think it's in, what is that, 4-hour Pacific time. So my SharePoint set up in Pacific time, my computer set up in East Coast time. So that's that time difference. I can change that. I usually track the login, logouts on some of my apps. Sometimes I track logins. It's just good metrics to have. Someone reaches out to you. You can see like what time they were logged in, when the issue occurred, if they're reaching out about an issue. So keep that in mind when you're building apps if you want to make something like this. So that is how you set up your Power App to be able to track login details. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to subscribe. If I did a good job, leave a comment. If I didn't do a good job, leave me some criticism in the comments. I appreciate all the comments you guys leave me. I will catch you in the next video.